Scale matters in aviation. Giant aircraft impress not just with size, but with how their length impacts cargo capacity, fuel, range, and combat abilities. Designing these massive planes is a true engineering challenge. But is length the only thing that makes them special? Not at all. There are many standout features, and we're about to dive into them now. A Tu-25 Mriya. What better way to begin than with the most colossal aircraft ever built, the Tu-25 Mriya? Its name, meaning dream in Ukrainian, reflects its creator's ambitions. Measuring 275 feet long with a 290-foot wingspan, this giant had a max takeoff weight of 1.41 million pounds, comparable to 100 elephants. It also held the record for the highest lifting capacity, carrying over 551,000 pounds. Built to transport the Soviet Buran spaceplane, the Tu-25 first flew in 1988 and made a grand debut at the 1989 Paris Air Show. After the USSR's collapse, it transitioned into commercial cargo, hauling record-breaking loads like 130-ton generators, wind turbine blades, and even 5 battle tanks. During COVID-19, Mriya played a vital role in delivering medical supplies worldwide. Tragically, in 2022, it was destroyed during the Russian assault on Hostomel Airport. Though gone, it remains an icon in aviation history. C-5 Galaxy. The Lockheed Martin C-5 Galaxy is one of the largest aircraft in the world and holds the highest cargo capacity in the U.S. military. Since its first flight in 1968, this massive workhorse has been crucial for nearly 60 years. Measuring 247 feet long with a 222-foot wingspan, the C-5 can take off at 840,000 pounds. Its cargo bay is longer than the Wright brothers' first flight. Due to its fuel use, pilots nicknamed it Fred, short for effing ridiculous environmental disaster. Capable of carrying M1 Abrams tanks, CH-47 Chinooks, or even 3.2 billion tortillas, the C-5 has been vital in conflicts from Vietnam to Iraq. It even dropped an 86,000-pound Minuteman ICBM in a 1974 test. Beyond military use, it has transported F-117 Nighthawk parts and remains the largest aircraft operating in Antarctica. With upgraded C-5M Super Galaxies, this giant will keep flying until at least 2040. Fun fact, Boeing lost the C-5 contract, but used the experience to develop an aircraft that reshaped modern air travel. Boeing 747. The Boeing 747, an aviation icon, with over 1,500 built in 54 years. Its biggest leap was the 747-8, a 250-foot giant with a 224-foot wingspan and an 87,000-pound max takeoff weight. In 2007, the U.S. Air Force sought a replacement for its aging VC-25 and E-4B fleet. The 747-8 was selected, and by 2020, Sierra Nevada acquired former Korean Air models to convert into advanced E-4CS. The last 747 rolled out in 2022, marking the end of an era. But history isn't just about jumbo jets. Enter the XB-70 Valkyrie, a nuclear-armed supersonic bomber from the 50s. With 6 engines, it cruised at Mach 3, outrunning interceptors at 70,000 feet. Its titanium body even expanded mid-flight due to heat. Despite its cutting-edge design, the XB-70 was scrapped, too expensive and outdated by new missile defenses. A futuristic dream, never fully realized. Another sharp-nosed contender, Tu-160 Blackjack. In this video, we feature the Soviet Tu-160 Blackjack, a supersonic heavy strategic bomber from the late 1980s. Measuring 178 feet long, 43 foot tall, with a 182-foot wingspan, and a max takeoff weight of 662,700 pounds, surpassing even the XB-70. It became the world's largest supersonic bomber. Its variable wing sweep ranged from 20 to 65 degrees. With no external weapon mounts, the Blackjack could carry up to 99,200 pounds of weapons. Though it resembles the US B-1 Lancer, its main role is missile strikes. Despite being bigger, faster, and having a longer combat range, it still falls short of the Lancer's total payload when external weapons are considered. Between 1989 and 1990, the Tu-160 set 44 world speed records in its weight class. In 2010, two Blackjacks flew a record 23-hour patrol, covering 9,700 nautical miles along Russian borders and neutral airspace over the Arctic and Pacific. 4. B-52 Stratfortress. Moving on from the oceans to more elegant bombers, we return to the B-52 Stratofortress, nicknamed Buff, Big Ugly Fat F*** by the U.S. military. This long-range, subsonic strategic bomber, developed by Boeing, has been delivering the wrath of democracy since 1955. Like John Moses Browning's M2 machine gun, which has taken down enemy aircraft since the 1930s, the B-52 is a battle-proven icon of military hardware. During Operation Linebacker II, over 200 B-52s flew 730 missions, dropping 20,000 tons of bombs on North Vietnam. In Operation Desert Storm, these bombers delivered 40% of all coalition weapons. Measuring 159 feet long, 41 feet tall, with a 185-foot wingspan and a max takeoff weight of 488,000 pounds, the Buff can carry 70,000 pounds of munitions across 8,800 miles without refueling. Originally designed with turboprop engines, Boeing took a bold leap, opting for 8 turbojets instead, a gamble that paid off. Critics feared reduced range, yet the B-52 outperformed even the Tu-160, flying over 8,800 miles compared to 7,600. One exceptional flight in January 1962 saw an unarmed B-52H set a world record, covering 12,532 miles nonstop from Okinawa to Spain. Far from retirement, the Stratofortress is slated for upgrades, including nuclear-capable AGM-181 LRSO cruise missiles and hypersonic weapons. And now, we continue our list with another American aviation legend, B-1 Lancer. The B-1 Lancer, better known as the Bone, entered service in 1986 and remains one of the U.S. Air Force's 3 main strategic bombers, alongside the B-52 Stratofortress and B-2 Spirit. Interestingly, it almost never made it past the prototype stage. President Jimmy Carter canceled the B-1A program in 1977, calling it one of his toughest decisions. However, his successor, Ronald Reagan, had other plans, bringing the bomber back to life. This aircraft is 146 feet long, 34 feet tall, with a 137-foot wingspan and a max takeoff weight of 477,000 pounds. Its 25,000-pound payload makes it the world's heavyweight champ in weapons delivery. Surprisingly, many assume the B-52 holds that title simply because it looks much larger in comparison. Originally designed for nuclear strikes, the B-1B shifted to conventional bombing after Strategic Air Command dissolved in 1992. It first saw combat in 1998 during Operation Desert Fox and later played a key role in Kosovo, Afghanistan, and Iraq. During Operation Enduring Freedom, B-1s dropped 40% of airborne munitions, including 3,900 dams, raising combat readiness to 79%. Despite plans to replace it with the next-gen B-21 Raider, the B-1 is set to fly until at least 2038. The Air Force continues to modernize it, even preparing to equip it with the Hypersonic Air-Breathing Weapon Concept, HAWC, a cutting-edge missile developed by DARPA. Now it's your turn. Let us know which guest in today's video you like best. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.